Hi, is this David by chance?
Yeah,
Hey, David. My name is Jim. I actually work with the real estate team. How you doing today?
all right.
Okay, cool. Well, David, the reason I'm calling is I actually saw that your home came off the market, and I wanted to find out if it's still available or if, in fact, it actually did sell.
Okay, are you like another agent that's gonna offer to sell my house?
Yeah. Well, actually, what I was calling is I was hoping to see when you're looking to hire the right agent for the job to get your home sold.
We thought we thought we had, but you know, we're kind of like not interested anymore in selling.
Okay, you're not interested. Um, what originally made you put your home on the market, David? Where were you heading to?
We wanted to buy a bigger house,
You wanted to buy another house?
a bigger house.
Bigger house. Gotcha. Okay. So were you looking to kind of like relocate, or is this because you're looking to kind of get a bigger place for the family, or
Yeah, something like that.
something like that? Okay. And how soon did you want to make that move?
Well, if we had sold it, you know, right away, as soon as we can, we don't start looking for the new house.
Okay.
We kind of had one in mind.
You're kind of okay. So you're kind of picking out the area. So um, as soon as possible. So time frame wise, and David, let's say perfect world. If we bought you, let's say we brought you a cash offer tomorrow. I mean, if we were to essentially get you out of there in 30 days, would that pose a problem for you, or is that too quick?
It sounds great, but I doubt you'll do that.
Yeah. Well, honestly, David, I mean, calling
I
because
mean,
we,
the other guy we had before, he put it, he said everything. He even put, he said he promised this and that and this and that. We never heard
sure,
from him.
sure, okay. And honestly, David, let me tell you, we actually do things a little different here. I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the beginning, but we're part of a team. So what we have is we have aggressive marketing plans to make sure your home sells for top dollar. And we actually specialize in selling homes that didn't happen to sell the first time around. And I was hoping to see if you'd be free to get together to kind of see what we have to say for about 15 minutes or so about why your house didn't sell the first time and what needs for it to happen in order for it to sell at this point. So, do you have a time where we can sit down for 15 minutes, either in the evening sometime this week, David, like Thursday or Friday?
Not really. I don't.
You don't? Okay. Do you still need to sell your house?
Um, no, to be honest with you, I don't. I think we're fine now.
Okay. If your home
I
doesn't
mean,
sell,
I didn't want to at the beginning, but then too too much hassle.
gotcha. Okay.
I didn't think it was gonna be so hard.
Okay. What specifically was hard about selling the home, David? Was it something that your agent did, or
Well, I guess all the ridiculous offers we get.
you were getting ridiculous offers?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Was that something that your agent brought you ridiculous offers? I mean, what was something that you think that they did that you did like?
Well, he did get me. I mean, he did get me buyers.
Okay. So he did bring offers. So that was a good thing.
Yeah, but
Um,
they were very ridiculous. It's like funny.
okay.
Not
Almost,
that they were offensive or funny.
yeah, almost insulting. Okay. Um, Now, let me ask you this then, David. Besides bringing offers, I mean, what do you think he should have done differently? What was something that he could have done that you wanted to see that didn't happen?
I guess more effort because you know what? I guess if he had put as much as effort as he did as when he convinced me,
Okay,
I really thought he was gonna do it.
gotcha. Okay. So, like, minimum standard obviously is get the home sold. Um,
Yeah.
okay. And I'm sure your agent probably worked really hard, to get it done. I bet they even did everything they probably know how to. Um, but yet it just didn't happen. But I'm convinced, honestly, David, it's probably not a lack of effort on his part. It's probably more likely in the approach they had. And so you simply might just need a different approach, and that's exactly why we need to get together. So if we can show you a way to to sell your home as quick as possible, because I remember you did say if you did need to if you could sell, you would want to do it as soon as possible. If we can get that time frame to happen for you and make you the money you want to get from the transaction, would you at least consider interviewing us?
Why should I? I mean,
That's
I
a
don't think you can be more convincing than the first guy.
Gotcha. Okay. And I completely understand. I mean, honestly, most agents who call expired, sometimes it kind of bothers me too, because if I was in your position, your home didn't sell, now all these real estate agents are calling you, and we tell you how great we are, can actually sell the property, but in the end, it didn't get sold. And that's a question that a lot of folks ask us. And what I like to say in response to that, David, is most realtors usually do what we call the 3 Ps of real estate. Basically, they put the sign in the yard, they place it on the MLS, and then they pray if somebody else sells the property for them. So what we do differently, and this is what a lot of agents skip, is the 4th step. We basically go that extra mile and we do prospecting on behalf of our sellers and aggressively market to home to get that property sold as fast as possible for most money as possible. So it's really a different experience with us than any other realtor. So how does that sound?
I guess.
Okay. Well, great. Basically, then, David, I mean, if we can show you how we can net you what you need out of the transaction in the time frame you're looking for, would you be willing to kind of hear more about how we do some of the prospecting and things we do differently to get homes sold? Like I said, we have an opening Thursday evening at 5:36 p.m. Is that a good time? Do you get off from work at that point?
See, the thing is, I gotta talk it over with my wife.
Okay, sure.
Because we kind of like, like I said, we just said, forget it. We just, I'm not gonna sell anymore.
I gotcha. I can really appreciate that. It sounds like you want to make sure your spouse is part of all the decision making, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. And if you were to both meet with agents in the future, would that be like on a weekend or weekday anyway?
I guess it'll be on a weekend.
Okay, that's usually when you both have off. Okay, and yeah, we definitely want to make sure we speak to your spouse as well. So it kind of sounds like the best time for us to kind of all get together is on the weekend. So, and I know you're probably pretty busy, and I know my schedule fills up pretty fast. So, can we go ahead and do this then, David? Let's go ahead and pencil us in for us to maybe meet on Saturday. And what I'll do is I'll forward you my contact information in an email and then confirm the meeting so you guys have time to talk it through with your spouse. And then, if she's not on the same page or it doesn't work, we can just reschedule. Does that sound fair enough?
Yeah, but look, I just want to let you know I'm not going to sign anything. I don't want to sign any contracts or anything.
That's okay. Yeah, we just want to basically sit down and show you the difference. Then that way you can kind of get to know us as well, because we also want to make sure we want to do business with you as well. So, we definitely specialize in selling homes that didn't happen the first time. And if what we say makes sense, we'd love to earn your business, but we don't want to pressure you. So let's just go ahead and set it for about 15 minutes. Actually, you'll have the opportunity to meet Jim, who's our listing agent. He can kind of explain more about the team, what we do to get homes sold, and then if you like what we have to say, we can talk about the next steps. So how does 11 a.m. on Saturday sound, tentatively?
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Well, let's go ahead and do that. And the email I have on file is david@gmail.com. Is that a good email to send our contact info to?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
good.
Perfect. All right, David. Well, I really appreciate your time. I know you're a busy guy, so I'll let you go, and I will shoot you an email in a little bit. And if anything comes up with you and the wife and you need to reschedule, just let us know. Otherwise, we'll see you Saturday at 11 a.m.
All right.
All right, great. Thanks so much, David. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Click. So,
You earned yourself $5.
there you go. See?
Jim,
So,
I have a question.
sure.
The 3 Ps, right? They
Yes.
they place the ad, they post it on the, and then they pray.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you get you get a client, right, and you're selling their home. What if they sell it with someone else?
Good question. So like if they sell it with someone else, meaning they they're committed with that agent yet, or
It's like I'll give you an example. Like here in El Salvador, here. I mean,
okay,
if you're selling your house, yeah, you can get a lot of people that come. A lot of realtors.
hmm
And, and you say, okay, look, whatever, sell it. I'll give you 5%. I'll give you 10%, whatever. But it's kind of weird. We don't sign contracts here.
okay, yeah, it's different here, and basically, um, without getting too much into contract detail, because it's something that you,
No, I
yeah,
understand that. It's just curiosity. And of course, I'm not going to mention that with a client, but just in case they ask me, like right now, I remember once I had someone and they told me that I'm not signing any contracts or any. What else did he say? And that's what they said. Oh no, don't worry. We just want to talk to you. It's just 15 minutes of your time.
gotcha. If you go to actually a good way to handle that, David, if someone ever says something like that, like, I'd be willing to work with you, but I'm not going to sign anything. What you could say is if you go to number 14, it's the for sale by owner fallacies. And if you scroll down to um, if someone hits you with the objection, like, why would we want to do that? I don't want to pay a big commission if I can do it myself. On the bottom of that first, it's kind of long, but if you go to the bottom, it basically says, well, our firm, McCasbarrow team, specializes in working for sale by owners just like yourself, and we can help you aggressively market the property, get you top dollar with a minimum amount of days in the market. In fact, if that's the way that you'd like to work with us, we can even institute a program where you can continue to market the home on your own and you don't owe us a commission if you find your own buyer. How does that sound? That's a good way to be not answering contract questions, but just be like, hey, that's cool. Listen, we want to help. If it's in your best interest to sell it yourself, that's great. But honestly, we specialize in helping people just like yourself. In fact, we do have a different program where if if you find your own buyer, you can still continue to market the home on your own and you don't owe us a commission. And that's something a lot of agents don't even know that we can do. And that's one of the different ways that we get so many homes sold with people like you in your situation. So if you're willing to consider that, I'd want to talk to you more about it. Get our listing specialist, Jim, out there to really go over the specifics of that program and see if that's a good fit for you. So when's a good time for us to come sit down and talk to you? And just go right into that's a great way to kind of respond to someone who's like, no, I only want you to bring me a buyer and then I'll pay you a commission. Listen, Mr. For Sale by Owner, I completely understand that you want to save as much money as possible. Um, and that's the truth, right? Yeah, of course, but I told you I'm not going to list the house. Hey, listen, I get it. I know you don't want to have an agent do it yourself. In fact, that's cool. And we work with a lot of folks just like you who want to continue to market the home in your own respect. But let me ask you, if a buyer didn't like your home, would you be willing to put it on the open market so you can track other buyers and still market it yourself? Yeah, but I don't want to list it. That's cool. I was asking you if by chance you could still do all the marketing for it and we didn't bring you a buyer, you didn't owe us a commission. Is that something you'd be interested in? I don't know. I've never heard that before. Yeah, of course. So, just out of curiosity, if there's a way we can show you how teaming up with our company and selling your home with us will get you more money and more qualified traffic to your property, which is going to get your home sold without all the headaches that come along with selling it on your own, would you be at least interested in sitting down and learning what that's about? All right. Great. Well, listen, we look forward to showing you how our program works, which is better, evenings or afternoons. And boom, you just read right off the script. So that's a really good one, David, for people who just, if they're like, no, I'm not going to list. I told you I just want to do I'll pay you 3% if you bring me a buyer. That's cool. Listen, you understand that, I have a bunch of different ways to kind of go around that objective, but that's one of them where it's like, hey, listen, that's cool. In fact, we got a lot of people who are just like yourself. They don't want to list it with an agent. They don't want to pay that other commission. But we actually have a program where if I don't bring you the buyer, like if our team literally doesn't do marketing to attract the buyer, you don't owe us a commission. Most agents are greedy. They'll make you sign an agreement that says whether you, let's say it's your grandmother, you bring your grandmother to the house, she loves it, buys the home, you still owe that agent a commission. That's not something that we think is fair. And we want to make sure that we're doing whatever is in your best interest. And if it is continuing to sell it by yourself, that's cool. We're going to go sell 100 other homes to other people. We don't necessarily care. We just want to help you. And if that's the best thing for you, let us at least talk about it. In fact, we even have a program where you can continue to market the home on your own. You don't owe us a commission if you find your own buyer, just like in that case. So, is that something you'd be open to? That's like a big converter for sale by owners, David, because that's usually their biggest thing. I don't want to pay a listing commission. That's cool. And then let me come in and knock it out and say, hey, listen, I understand you don't want to pay the listing commission, but by the way, I usually negotiate at minimum 3.8% higher for all my sellers, more than covering my commission. You're in the wholesale market. Here's the 4 types of people who are calling you, and then I can kind of knock it out of the park and get them the list. So, and we can also talk about that too. You got your 4 Ps, right? You got your, if someone's like, hey, well, what do you do differently? I'm so happy you asked that question, because honestly, how I'm talking to you today and how we have someone literally calling you about your home, we're that and then some more aggressive with finding buyers for our sellers. In fact, we actually do what we call the 4 Ps of real estate. Most agents do 3. They just put your sign in the yard, they put it on the MLS, then they run away and pray someone else sells it. Does that sound like the last case? Yeah, he never communicated with me. Pretty much. So what our team does different, and this is the huge difference, and this is why we sell so many houses, is we're proactive. And what that means is on a daily basis, my job is to prospect for buyers for your home. In fact, everybody in our team, and it's not just one real estate agent, we have a whole team that does that. You get multiple people looking for buyers for your house for the price of 1 commission. And that, in our entire marketing plan, is what sets us apart. And we definitely want to make sure we can show you all the things that we do differently to get homes sold. So when's a good time for us to sit down and do that? Boom, boom, bam. So,
All right.
cool?
Yeah.
Okay. I hope this helps. I mean, basically from here then, David, really just...
Every time we speak, I mean, there's so much, you learn.
Yeah.
Very interesting, guys.
Okay, cool. And that really is it. What I tell people is like scripts is like sports. If you're a basketball professional, like Michael Jordan, I mean, the guy would outperform pretty much everybody. But every day, he would still practice the basics. Dribble, shoot, pass. If he can't do that, he can't go run around the court and slam dunk everybody. Like, if he can't dribble, shoot, pass, there's no way that he can build a career off that. And like, for us in real estate, the scripts and knowing what to say and how to say it on the phone, that's our dribble, shoot, pass. So this is our foundation, and from here, this is really where we can start going off in different directions. So once you master the expired script, all of these objection handlers, there's 24 of them. I mean, if you master these, you can talk to anybody. And then all the other lead sources that we'll give you as time goes on, they're going to be easy because you've already talked to expireds and for sale by owners. Those are the toughest cookies to crack. They're often the best leads because their motivation is now, and they already either agreed to work with an agent or they're probably pretty close to failing. So statistically, the National Association of Realtors basically says 85 to 87% of for sale by owners list with an agent within 30 days. It literally only takes them 3 to 4 weeks to figure out that they'd have no idea what they're doing. Whatever they thought was easy is not. That's why there's a whole profession built around it. And that they're basically wrong. Hence the for sale by owner fallacies. Not correct. So, and that's kind of what we tell people is like, listen, if you think selling a home is easy, go try it out. I'm going to continuously call you until you figure out you're not that great at it. If you do sell it yourself, fantastic, you're part of the 1%. If not, here's all the things we do to get it sold. You need to sit down and talk with us because we're probably way better at that than you are. I would not go to an attorney and be like, hey, I just need you to tell me everything I need to do to represent myself in court because I'm just going to do this myself. There's no way. I would go in there and say, who's the best person? What do you do differently? Fantastic. How much does you cost? Don't let me fail. And that's what we are. We are the professional in the same regard as a doctor or an attorney. You get what you pay for. You can do it yourself, but good luck. And you need to be a specialist. So if you want to sell it yourself, listen, that's cool. I'm not here to convince you. I'm here to find people who are ready to hear what we need to say because in about 30 days, you're going to come crying and being like, I thought I knew what I was doing. Someone stole something from my house. All the people who call are just, they piss me off. They give me lowball offers. All they do is come in the house, look around, and then call back. The agents don't call me back. Onward and so forth. So, and that's kind of geared towards the for sale by owners, but same thing with the expireds. Agents didn't do anything. No one likes me. I don't want to move. Blah blah blah. And it's like, do you need to sell your house? If yes, great. When do you need to sell it? Pretty soon? Great. You need to sit down and meet with us. So, all right. I just kind of want to wrap up there. Do you have any other questions before we kind of end it for today, David?
No.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So really, I mean, for you, the biggest thing is just get proficient. That was awesome today, though. I think you did a really good job with the scripts. I mean, honestly, and I know you got like a tablet and a phone, so I know it's kind of hard for you to see them in front of you. So just keep reading through them. Get to know as many objection handlers as you can, and then, kind of like what I said in the beginning, just use that as your kind of deflect answer, go back to your core. And then what we'll do too then, David, is I will write you a closing statement so you kind of know how to set us up for an appointment. And then also I want to get you guys a referral statement. Because like I said, if you can't set an appointment, your second thing you're going to ask for is a referral. Okay, well, you want to sell it yourself? That's cool. Hey, listen, I would not be doing my job if I didn't ask you. Because like I said, we proactively prospect, right? So who do you know who's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, maybe just from church or work? Well, I don't know. My neighbor said he's looking. Great. And then I'll give you a script for that.
Okay.
So, but that's it. I think that's a good start. Do you think you can probably read these and know them pretty well